Hello everyone, I am Andrea May Simanglikmot from second year BS Psychology. And now I am about to present the Plant Growth Monitoring Report in our NSTP2. From week 2 to week 7, ang cover ng video ng imomonitor naming halaman at puno. Ngayon, mag-start naman po tayo sa week 2 muna. Next slide. Tagal. Petchay. Increase in size of root, stem, leaves, color of root, stem, leaves, shape of root, stem, leaf, number of stem and leaf, texture of leaves, observation, none. Lahat yan none, pati sa sili ay increase in size, color, shapes, number, texture of leaf, observation, none. Pati sa mahogany tree, increase in size of root, stem, leaves, none. Colors of root, stems, leaves, none. Shapes of root, stem, leaves, none. Number of stem, none. Leaves, none. Texture of leaves, none. Observation, none. Bakit po wala? Dahil dito, ang activity namin sa week 2 is, pipicturean lang po namin yung lugar na pinili namin kung saan namin ilulugar yung mga halaman at puno. At ang napili ko pong itatanim na halaman ay petchay at sile. Since wala po akong mahanap na puno, nag-provide naman po ang SJC para alagaan ng punong yon at mapalaki ko po. Kumbaga, sa week 2 ang cover lang namin nun is hindi pa po namin sila tinatanim. Kumbaga, ano lang po. Inihahanda pa lang. Next po, week 3. Plant Growth Monitoring Report, week 3. Petchay. Increase in size of root, stems, leaves, color of root, stem, leaves, shapes of root, stem, leaves, number of stem, leaves, none, texture of leaves, observation, none. Wala, none lahat. Sa sile, growth monitoring of plants. Increase in size of root, stems, leaves, color of root, stems, leaves, shapes of root, stems, leaves, number of stem and leaves, texture of leaves, none, observation, none. Mahogany tree growth monitoring report. Increase in size of root, stems, leaf, color of root, stems, leaf, shape of root, stems, leaf, number of stem, leaves, texture of leaf, none, observation, none. Dito din po sa week 3, ang coverage lang po namin ay yung nalinis na po namin yung paligid ng pagtataniman namin. Kaya wala pa pong picture o result nung tinanim namin. Next po sa week 4. Plant Growth Monitoring Report. First ulit, petchay. Ayun, dito sa week na to nakapagtanim na ako. Ito yung itsura nung seeds pa lamang yung petchay ko. Increase in size of root, stem, leaves, none. Kasi seeds pa nga lang siya, hindi pa natin makikita yung root, stems, leaf. Color of root, stem, and leaves, wala pa din dahil nga seeds siya. Shapes ng root, stems, leaves, none. Number of stem and leaves, none. Texture of leaves. The texture of leaf is not yet shown in this week. Iyon. Kasi nga, di ba po, seeds pa lamang siya. Observation. The petchay stem, roots, and leaves is not about to shown. The color of seed is blue. The size of petchay seed is very small. The weather in this week has enough sunlight that the seeds can survive. So, yun po, nagsisimula pa lamang po akong magtanim. Next po, silig, growth monitoring of plant. Ayan, sa picture na yan, seeds pa lang din po yung makikita natin sa isang lalagyanan. Kumbaga, wala pa po yung root, stems, leaf, pati hindi pa natin makikita yung color ng root, stems, at leaves, pati yung shapes ng root, stems, leaf, wala pa po. Di pa po natin makikita doon sa week na to yung number of stem and leaves, pati yung texture ng leaves. At ang observation ko lamang po dito, the silly stem, roots and leaf is not about to shown. Only the seeds, the size of silly seed is very small. The weather in this week has enough sunlight that the seeds can survive. Next naman po, mahogany tree growth monitoring of plant. Since napatubo na po siya nung sane dyan, aalagaan ko na lamang po. Ito po yung itsura niya. Ayan, increase in size. Yung roots niya is about 3 inches. Yung stem naman po, 79 inches. At yung leaves, may size 4 inches. Tapos yung iba naman, 7 inches. Kumbaga, 4 to 7 inches yung size nung leaves nung mahogany tree. Color ng roots niya, brown po. Yung stem, light brown yung kulay. At yung leaves, green. Ang shape naman po, shape of roots is nodulated roots. Sinerch ko po kung anong klaseng shape ng roots yung mahogany at ang lumabas po is kapareha siya ng nodulated roots. Kapag daw po nodulated roots yung makalat yung itsura niya. Stem, sa stem wala akong makitang shape ng stem ng mahogany tree kaya ang nilagay ko po ay none. Sa leaves naman po, ang mahogany tree shape ng leaves ay oval shape. Number of stem po is 4. Tas yung leaves naman po, number of leaf is 14. Texture of leaves. The texture of leaf is soft, vibrant green which means it's healthy. Some of leaves got bent and look toasted. Ayun. Yung sa dulo-dulo nung isang halaman, yung isang leaves ng mahogany tree ko is, makunat, color brown, siguro nasunog, ganon. Ayun. Thank you. Yun lang yung laman ng week 4. Next slide. Week 5. Petchay. Ayan. Increase in size of roots, very small. Increase in size of stem, almost 1 inch. Leaves, wala pang leaves na pinapakita. Color of roots, dirty white. Yung stem, light green. Yung leaves, wala pa po. Shapes of roots, nodulated roots din siya dahil yung itsura ng ugat niya is makalat. Buhaghag. Ayun. Leaves, none. Ayun. Number of stem, 1. Leaves, wala pa. The texture of leaves. The texture of leaf is not yet shown in this week. Observation. The petchay stem and root is growing. But leaves is not shown in this week. The weather in this week does not enough sunlight. Dahil nga ang panahon is pabago-bago, hindi malaman kung mainit or malamig. Next naman is silly growth monitoring. Ayan. Increase in size of roots, very small. Stem, almost half of 1 inch. Leaves almost half of 1 inch. Then, the color of root is dirty white. The color of stem is light green. The color of leaves is light green. Shape of roots, nodulated roots din because makalat din yung niya, buhaghag yung kanyang roots. Stem, non-leaves. Shape of leaf is non-ceolate. Ito po yung itsura ng non-ceolate. Number of stem, 1. Leaves, 2 leaves. Texture of leaves. The texture of leaf is very soft to touch. The observation, the silly stem, roots, and leaf is starting to grow. The weather in this week has thus not enough sunlight in this week. Mahogany tree next. Increase in size of roots, very small. Increase in size of stem, almost half of 1 inch. Increase in size of leaf, almost half of 1 inch. Color of roots, dirty white. Color of stem, light green. Color of leaves, light green. Shade of roots, nodulated roots. Stem, none. Leaves, oblong ceolate. Number of stem, 4. Number of leaves, 7 leaves. Dati is 14 siya, ngayon 7 na lang. Nabawasan po ng 5. Siguro dahil matanda na rin yung dahon, kaya ganon. Tsaka nagko-color brown na siya. Next is texture of leaf. The texture of leaf is very soft to touch pa din. Observation, the mahogany tree stem, roots, and leaf is starting to grow. The weather in this week has thus not enough sunlight in this week, and 3 to 5 leaves were fell. Ayun. Thank you. Next PowerPoint is week 6. Plant growth monitoring report. Week 6. Pechay ulit. Increase in size of roots, still small. Stem, 1.5 inch. Leaves, almost 0.5 inch. The color of root is light brown. The color of stem, white. The color of leaf is green. The shape of root is nodulated roots. The shape of stem, none. The shape of leaves, obcordate. Number of stem, 3 stem. Number of leaves is 3. The texture of leaves is still soft. The observation ko dito is the pechay stem, roots, and leaf is shown. The size of pechay increase. Since the size of leaf is increase, nag-i-increase din yung stem pati yung ugat. The weather in this week has enough sunlight so that the pechay can survive. Next po yung silly. Ito na yung tsura niya. Increase in size of root, still small. Stem, 1.5 inch. Yung leaves naman, almost 0.5 inch. Color of roots, light brown. Yung stem, white. Tas yung leaf, green. Shape of root, nodulated roots. Yung stem, none. Ano nilagay ko? Shape of leaf, lanceolate. Number of stem, 1 stem. Leaves, 2 naman. The texture of leaf is still soft to touch. Observation ko dito, the silly stem, roots, and leaf is starting to grow. The weather in this week has enough sunlight so that the silly can survive. Next is mahogany tree. Increase in size of roots, still small. Ganun pa din yung size niya. Pero kumakalat siya. Stem is 1.5 inch.